Good afternoon, Zen Carlos. So it has been another ridiculously crappy day in the life of the captain. So we didn't get the fridge in Sipaway, even though we got up really early. Got gouged by the ferryman, made it there, waited. At least I got to swim in, and I got to see some monkeys, as you can see in that other video. Which always makes me a little happy. I love animals. Too bad they weren't friendly monkeys. But nothing beats getting a high five from a chimp. But, well, maybe swimming with a dolphin. That's pretty high on the list of goodness, too. But Zen building moments. So anyways, I didn't get the fridge yet. It is now open. I replaced my ice. I've been doing ice literally every 5 hours to keep my product good because what can I do? Luckily, I have the experience from the fish world of maintaining temperatures. It's just harder in this hot environment. One thing I will advise if you're buying a fridge over here, do not buy the kind where the freezer is behind the same door as the fridge. Because with the amount of humidity over here, you're just going to run into the icing problem I ran into. And then, of course, maybe you'll be an idiot like me, even though I know better. I used a tool to scrape the ice out and I nicked the line. So. And now I'm waiting for the local lady who's like a little mafioso don. She's got fingers in every pie possible, some sort of real estate agent, sales lady, whatever, who says, oh, I have a guy, he'll come fix it. Doesn't even reply to my messages anymore. So yeah, it is what it is. I'm sure there is at least one or two guys locally, so I have to try and find one. I'm not crying, I'm just tired. I was up early, and I did get a little nap in, but even like now, I'm not even sleeping anymore properly. I spend it in a broken state of REM where my brain's still awake, and yeah, it is what it is. So, if I don't get a fridge by the end of the weekend, I'm not going to open next week for obvious reasons. The number one point to me doing food here isn't to get rich, as I constantly say, and as other Westerners have told me won't happen. Not trying to get rich, it's about providing an amazing food service in a land with very limited good quality food options. I'm not saying what out there is not good, it's just not diverse. You can get amazing pancit all over the place. You can get amazing rice, you can get amazing intestines on a stick and chicken feet and blood blocks and that kind of stuff if that's what you want. Most of us Westerners don't want to eat a single thing I just mentioned. Well, pancit maybe, it's damn good, but they want a burger, they want a club sandwich, they want chicken fingers without bones in the chicken, just things like that. And even a chicken sandwich over here, like where they're taking fried chicken, they don't debone that chicken. It's like a piece of KFC, bones included, on a bun. Oh my goodness, right? So part of the reason why the dental here sucks is you'll be biting into meat, and you'd be it pork, be it chicken. Haven't encountered it with beef, but only because I do my own beef, and you'll hit a bone and just, you know what I mean? So there's that and whatever. So I am going to hopefully rent a car tomorrow morning. Now, 3 different rental places didn't have one available, but I'm told there's a place called Triumph Hardware that always has standby vans and bongos and trucks for people to move hardware gear. So as long as the price is not outrageous for a rental, I'll do that. The Australian guy again, he pretty much, said, oh, I'll take you this morning. So I rushed back from Sipaway, and as you can see from the video, I walked it. Now, people said it was a 7 or 8 kilometer trip, and it would be too long to walk, or blah, 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 blah. And I should have known. I should have known that's not the case. These folks don't want to walk 3-4 blocks. They'll take a trike. Whereas there's people who know me from Jensen know I'm the exact opposite. I'll walk 15 kilometers a day and it doesn't bother me. So I did the walk, and I wager it was probably between 3 and 5 kilometers. Mostly in shaded treat areas, so it really wasn't that bad. Plus I just went swimming. So I made it back to the dock. It's a pretty good time. And so I instantly got on a boat, got back, rushed home, got the laundry to the laundry service, and because I had no real clothes to wear. That's why I was in that tight ass purple shirt in those other videos. Sure, probably should have left it home, but it's wishful thinking because I love the color. That think, oh, maybe I'll lose enough weight over there it'll fit me. But anyways, what happens is Australian guys like, oh, I forgot it's a school day and I gotta pick up kids from school, and I'm like, they can't take a trike. Like, what do they do when you're living in Australia all those months? No, no, the guy's so badly damaged with his woman that I'm not sure if he doesn't trust her, or what the situation is, but he was one of the Westerners who said he wanted to invest, but obviously has very bad skills in making decisions. He's like, oh no, I can't do it, I gotta go pick up the kids. That was like 10 a.m. Kids get picked up at 3. We could have made it up to Escalante and back, and he still went and been a little simp and picked up the kids. But, and the kids aren't little kids either, they're bigger kids, they could easily have taken a trike. And I said to him, because he approached me saying he needed and wanted work. It wasn't the other way around. So I was like, oh, okay. So what would you do if you had a job? Like you said you were trying to get, like, would you just tell your employer you can't do it all of a sudden? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I was paying him, so it's not like we're looking for charity here. And I agreed to let him draft 2 young lads I was going to have to pay for too. Even though I don't need 3 of us to lift that fridge I was going to get in Escalante. It's very small. I can probably lift it on my own. But, so he can't do it on me again. We'll see if he honors immigration on Monday or not. If he doesn't, I'll just take the bus or I'll drive my motorbike up. I mean, I'm not feeling a bit defeated about this fridge thing. It should not be this hard to get a repair guy to come by or to get 40 kilometers away to this other fridge. So, and I really did want those fridges on that island. So I'm going to contact the German and say, look, you know, they're still there in a month. And you can ironclad organize those guys to show up and load them on the boats. You give me the day's notice. Like when they're loading them, you tell me, and I will meet them at the dock, and I'll pay them at the dock. Or I'll pay him Gcash if he doesn't trust them with his money, which I don't blame him. Because he just wants them gone. He just wants the space in his space, right? So everybody wins in that equation. So we'll see how that works. But I just need something now. Because like I was saying, number 1 priority for me is quality food. In good sized portions. In a clean, safe, Western style kitchen. And you need to have a refrigerator to do that. This idea that I'm going to run it like where it's just stuff sitting on ice all the time, that's not going to fly for me. Sure, it's probably safe enough, but it's just not how I do things. It's just like I always have a jug of bleach in the house to clean counters. Like I don't just wipe them with a wet rag that's nasty and call it a day like the local places do. So it is what it is. I am fridgeless on Friday. I'm also solo again, because you know my sense of humor is not everyone's cup of tea. And remember, when you're dealing with a nation of children, sometimes you get in trouble for making jokes, you know. Comedians make jokes and make a fortune, but if you're a regular Joe and you joke around, oh, it's the end of the world sometimes. I don't know, like I got friends asking me if I'm really happy changing everything about who I am, what I represent. And I'm trying to be, I want to be. I understand, especially those who follow me back in Canada who know what kind of person I am and what I've done with my existence, that yeah, I do have a different view over here. I'm trying to be a different, more I don't know the term, I guess, you know, less focused on just the goals and damn be all the peripherals. Because here, you know, they really, really care about the peripherals, right? To them, it's a bad deal to network. It's a bad deal to socialize. It's a bad deal to want more than you were offered by the powers that be. And I'm having difficulty adjusting to that. I've always been a very ambitious person, and I've always bought into, yeah, knowledge is power, but also it's not so much who you know, sorry, what you know, it's who you know. So that's all about networking. Like part of what made my life so simple down in Jensen was the amount of awesome people that wandered into my existence and helped it. Shout out to Anthony if you're still watching, Mr. Mateo, and his wonderful family. But sure, they're not necessarily, winning on that park adventure, but that's just one feather in their cap. They got a whole bunch of gems in the cap. So sure, not every gem is going to be as shiny as the other one, but I like San Carlos. Today, even with the difficulty of finding a rental and being solo again, I did some real soul searching for about half an hour before I took my nap, and I said to myself, what exactly am I going to do, right? And I think that I saved a buttload of money not buying those expensive fridges on the island that zip away. And if I'm not running a business, if I'm only doing advanced orders for Westerners who know me, then I can make do with just one little fridge until I can get this other one fixed, turn it into my private beer hut, and instead of being open to the general public, I'll become a private gentleman's club where you're a Westerner, you're here, you'll meet me, or you're someone who will refer you like Fight Club. We don't talk about Fight Club, but we invite someone new in every week. And I'll just do, like 2 or 3 dates a week where, we sit, we drink, we socialize. Because I have met this other group, and they're great guys and that. And in fact, they helped me today a little bit to try and find a local rental, but didn't work out. But they tried, and hey, that's, A for effort, right? Because, let's be realistic, there isn't that in other organizations I've been a part of lately. So all there was criticisms of my decisions. So without any monetary attachment, right? So it's like, okay, so you think you can do it better or do it right, and I should do it your way, but you don't want to put your money where your mouth is. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I'm definitely willing to compromise, change ideas, change gears if that person's coming to the table with a bit of currency as well. But I'm over here sweating, sometimes blooding, and definitely tearing, busting my hump to try and get this going as fast as I did, and on the limited funds that I did. And that's not a pity me party. I consider it a badge of honor that I can even do it, because I know 90% of the guys who come over here cannot. And that's why they get all keyboard warrior in the comments sometimes, right? Here and on Sunshine's channel and other people's channels I've been on. In fact, the one guy who did a big interview with me and won't put me on, I'm too controversial. Maybe he'll change his mind. We'll see. But no, it's one of those things where I don't go out of my way to be controversial. I just keep it real. And to quote Jack, sometimes people just can't handle the truth. They won't even accept the facts if it doesn't go with their narrative, right? I'm not going to get into politics. I'm going to avoid politics and personal life on this channel going forward. I keep saying that, and I keep trying. I definitely have been minimizing it, but it's been difficult. So for me now, my current goal is just get a fridge going, hopefully make a few sales tonight. But if I find myself completely salesless by 9 and solo still, I'll go out and do some karaoke, or maybe by 7 even, I'll go and see those expats at their little drinking hut and say, hey guys, what's up? See, I don't understand. Like when General Santos, after being there for about 2-3 months, I had 2 or 3 bongo drivers that I could contact at any time to move stuff, right? So some of these guys who have been here for years and years, they've got to have a connect. They've got to have some guy they know with an open boxed trike or something. Not that I want to try and go up to Escalante in an open box trike, but and those are useful for local deliveries. I do have a local guy already. Good shout out to Eli the Waterman. But it's just one of these things where, like I said, it's all about networking for me. I think that when you come to a new place, especially a new country, right? Like, and you don't even speak the language. It's so important to network, and not just with other expats. I'm definitely down for that. And I met some yesterday on the way to Sipawai. I think that at the end of the day, it's got to be about there being, infrastructure building with your networking. And so I have been trying that a lot. Um, Obviously not enough because I'm on day 4 with no fridge. But this was just going to build more contacts. I'll go check out that Triumph Hardware at like 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. See if I can rent myself a little vehicle or not. If I can, great. I'll be down on the road and gone. I'll be back by probably 1 in the afternoon. If I can't, then at least I learned that they have rentals there. Just like the other 2 spots I called, they all have all the rentals are taken, right? And I mean, that happens even in Canada. You'll call Enterprise and they won't have anything on the spot. The guy down the street here, the one I tried first, he's got 3 pictures of cars, but 2 of them are just for show. There is no van, there is no hatchback. He's just got 2 sedans he rents. So it's like, bro, and just show the same damn cars you actually have. And say, of course, I'm really good about keeping my inner monologue to myself because you can't lose your cool here. And even though I have lost my zen, I still am very good at trying to hide that when dealing with strangers. Shit, there's a lot of smoke out there. I wonder what's on fire. Well, anyways, I don't want to keep these all day. It's tied up there in the fridge. I won't be talking about the fridge again until I have one in my possession because it doesn't make much sense. And yeah, if I had some donations trickle in, even a few here, a few there, I could maybe try and go buy something from the Korean surplus. They've got a nice LG actual like Western size and grade of fridge for sale for 23,000 peso. I just didn't want to shell out that kind of money because really I don't have it. Because that's the end thing, right? I just don't have it. And I gotta behave. I got immigration on Monday, so. And if I end up going up there on my own, say on the motorbike, there's a very good chance I'm just gonna rent a room and stay the night. So then I can actually explore Bacola properly. And if I'm solo all weekend, like if for some reason everything doesn't fall back into place here, maybe I'll go to Dumaguete for the immigration there instead. I don't know. I mean, the guy I bought the motorbike from, he's a good lad. He's, shout out if you're following. He keeps saying, oh, come on down. Wants to hang, wants to party. So, I'm not much of a party. I mean, I'm a 500 peso max budget for a party. So, I don't know how many beers I can get for that in a bar in Dumaguete, but I'd probably run into other Westerners, and maybe I could do a few blogs if I spent the week, if I spent a few days down there. And if I don't have a fridge next Monday when I leave, there's not really a gigantic rush to get back here. I'm not going to be open next week. So, and if I'm solo, the house is paid for, I'll just lock it up. I'll take my laptop, so if I hole up in a hotel wherever I am, I can at least, do work. And we do have one of the broken scenes is getting finished, but the board is no longer actively involved a lot. Like the one board member I still have contact with was all bitching and complaining because I asked him for copies of that scene and that. He's like, no, I don't even want to deal with that right now. I got my own things to do. It's like, guys, you're bitching that I'm not getting anything done. Here I got the stuff done, and now you're like, don't want to help the smallest with sending a file by email, right? So it is what it is. I mean, these guys haven't contributed any money to the project. They were just supposed to be there because the corporate sponsor, streamer that was going to be buying the project didn't want me doing it all solo. They felt there wasn't enough people to make contact with without traveling all around the world. So I was like, okay, well, we'll create this little board. There'll be 5 of us. 2 of my sons were involved, but they don't reply to anything now. So, and that was just my way to control 3 of the votes, right? To make sure I wasn't going to ever get mutinied on with the show. I was fresh from a mutiny on the home front, so I was a little skittish. But even though I haven't got back my zen, I think I'm in a good mental space right now. At least if sales happen. That's my real concern right now. Is not moving any product, not seeing any faces, especially because people who have come love the food. I get oodles of praise on the online side of things, but it's not turning into asses in seats. So I got the few girls in the neighborhood here. They're like young though. I mean, they're like 15 to 17-year-old girls who will call for their grilled cheese and their iced tea. But I run out of powdered iced tea, and I can't seem to find it anywhere here. Maybe one of the bigger grocery stores, and I will look into that. I was debating just getting on the bike right now and going and doing a mini shop real fast, since there's a lot of smoke in the air. It looks like it's about to rain, and but I'm loath to buy more inventory if I'm not making sales, especially for something like iced tea that I don't like, but I do sell it at least. So it's like it's a conflict, but so I like I said, if I end up finding myself alone for the weekend, I'm gonna tweak up season 2 scripts hard. I'm gonna do storyboards for the rest of the pilot, so I get this one artist involved that won't do work without storyboards. So I'm pretty much doing all the work, but that's okay. She does great work, and she has an amazing voice for soundtracking, so I kind of want to keep her in the loop type deal, you know. But and then like I said, there's no customers. Maybe I gotta take the night off. If I got no fridge, no one's coming. I mean, what's the point in staying open, right? I mean, I do want to try, because I want to try and move things. And Friday night has been relatively decent for me getting clients, but Saturday too. So that's why I'm hoping, if not tonight, then hopefully tomorrow at least. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna let y'all go. So as I always end my videos, because I respect your time and judgment, I don't beg you in the first 5 minutes, well, subscribe and like me. How can you like if you don't watch the video? So now you watch the video. So if you like this video, if you found it informative, if you enjoy watching the ongoing saga of the captain in the Philippines, then like this video so it helps it promote among other random users. And of course, subscribe. I've gotten a few extra subscribers. I'm now at a healthy number above 200, so I shouldn't fall back under 200 if one person doesn't like me, because that happened there for almost a week in a row. I hit 200, then dropped to 199. Hit 200, go 199. I assume it's the stuff that will be on the private channel, the sermons and the more political chats that have lost me some of those followers. So we will put those on the private chat side, private channel side, once we establish that. So, well, thank you everybody for watching this far. You know, if you want to keep up to date as I post, hit that bell. It'll notify you, oh, Captain's got a new video. And of course, share this video. If you know someone who's coming to the Philippines, you know somebody who is already here, or they're in an unhappy spot here and they want to move to a different location, I got an empty room. I am more than willing to rent out to the right person. So, sharing is caring. Tell them about me. Also, of course, when I do say that sharing is caring, I'm now always add to it, but not your personal information. So, learn from my mistakes. I guess that's one of the things you can do by watching this video. Some people say, oh, the captain's videos are what not to do. Maybe. But I haven't been scammed by any women. I'm not giving away all my retirement. You know, I'm living as best I can on as little as I can, and living by my own terms. So, I mean, considering what people are doing back home in the West and what a lot of the expats I'm meeting over here are doing, they're not doing any of those three. So, that's why it's so hard to take advice from them. But I try. If it's sound advice, shout out to those who have given me some good advice. I listen, because I'm not arrogant enough to think that I shouldn't listen to other people, especially if they're giving me, you know, unbiased opinions. So I'll end that on there. We're at 24 minutes. Peace.